Hello and welcome once again to Flow Hub. This is going to be one of our last videos on French language phonemes. On began this series, dans cette série, on a déjà parlé généralement de voyelles orales simples, voyelles orales composées, les voyelles nasales, et de là, on a parlé des consonnes. On a fait l'introduction des consonnes. Et puis, on a parlé des occlusives. On a parlé la fois passée pendant notre cours sur les constructifs. Aujourd'hui, nous allons parler des sonantes. Les sonantes. En français, les sons, les consonnes sont divisées en trois grandes catégories. Nous avons les consonnes occlusives, les consonnes constrictives ou bien fricatives ou bien continues et les consonnes sonnantes. Ces consonnes sonnantes, il y en a cinq. Donc, on va aborder les cinq sons, les cinq phonèmes. In French, consonants are broken into three categories: the occlusive, the constructive, and of course, the sonant. And there are five sonant sounds which we are going to be dealing with in this particular video. For each of them, we are going to play the recordings to get the pronunciation, look at a lot of examples on them. When we are done with these five sounds, we're going to go over to what we call the semi-vowels or semi-consonants if time permits us. If not, we'll have to do another video for that one. So let's delve into it. For a start, what are consonnes? Quelles sont les consonnes sonnantes? Comment les identifier? That's the first thing we want to bring out now. Les consonnes sonnantes en français sont nombreux. Quelles sont ces consonnes sonnantes? What are they? And how do we go about them? How do we work with them? Consonnes sonnantes. Now, you have a textbook which we have been using. Of course, is the phonetic progressive, one of the very good tests, and I always recommend it for students studying French as a major in Nigerian universities. So if you want a copy, you can go to Amazon and get a copy for yourselves. You can also reach out to us. We are here for you as well. We are going straight now to these consonant sonates. And for these consonant sonates, we're going to be looking at the five sounds. But they are broken. These sonates are also divided into three categories. We have the nasals, we have the lateral, and then we have what we call the roulé. Nasal, lateral, and roulé. Now, for each of them, just like we did for the previous sounds in the previous videos, you will find that there exists specific ways, il y en a des graphies spécifiques, les graphies particuliers qui nous donnent ces sons. Ces graphies, c'est ce que nous allons passer assez de temps pour analyser. We're going to spend a lot of time in analyzing them. So let's begin from what we call consonant sonates. What are consonant sonates? We have les consonnes sonnantes en français. La première catégorie sont les consonnes sonnantes nasales. Nasales. Si on parle des consonnes sonnantes nasales, on parle des sons produits avec la fermeture de la bouche et l'air échappe du cavité nasale. C'est-à-dire, l'air est bloqué totalement dans la bouche et puis l'air s'échappe librement par le nez. Nasal sounds, nasal consonants, les consonnes sonotes nasal, will produce them with a total blockage of air from the mouth and a free passage of air from the nostril. You can do this test by just closing your nose. You cannot be able to pronounce these three sounds. It will not work. No, no, no. it will not come out. But if I say M, N, N, the air comes out from the nose while the air is blocked at the mouth. Three of them exist in French. These consonant phonemes. Consonant nasal. M. For M is like the P and B we looked at as the level of the occlusive in our previous classes. It's a bilabial phoneme, bilabial sound. C'est un son bilabial. For N is a delta sound. N, like T, D, G. Those are delta sound. Whereas for N, it is a palatal sound, like we have for the other palatal sound we have looked at so far. So these are the three consonant sonates. M, N, N. We'll deal more with them. But let's continue. You are going to find that beyond this your consonant sonate nasal, we have what we call les consonnes liquides, like liquid sounds in quote. Look at it here. You have this, les consonnes sonates liquides. Now, ce sont les sons produits par l'air qui rencontrent un obstacle partiel dans la bouche. Contrary to the nasals, that are sonates, these sonate liquid, they are close to constrictive. The air is not totally blocked. The air is partially blocked in the mouth. C'est-à-dire, l'air rencontre un obstacle partiel dans la bouche. Les consonnes sonores liquides sont classées selon le point où on se trouve les partiels. We have R. We call it vibrant, luette, vibrant, or relais. Now, for this one, la luette, we la parler mou, the soft palate, vibre contre la racine de la langue. The soft palate vibrates against the roots of the tongue, of the tongue. So we have R, 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 R. So that is for relais or vibrante. Then we have latéral. For latéral, L. L'air s'écoule par les côtés de la langue. That is, air comes out from both sides of the tongue. L, L, L. Lamb, lamb. The air escapes from both sides of the tongue when you pronounce that particular phoneme. So these are the five phonemes we refer to as consonne sonate in French. Let's look at them now in the table. You are going to find that in this particular table that we have the bilabial one, that is for M. Example, SEM. We have the dental one, that is the N. Example is SEN. We have palatal, and that is N, which is SEN. Then you have the racine de la langue, which is the liquide, vibrant, and we call it relais as well. Serre, serre. The soft palate is vibrating against the roots of the tongue. That's how it works. Then you have what we call the latéral, côté de la langue. Air comes out from both sides of the tongue. We have, for example, sel, sel. You can pronounce L. Air comes out from both sides of the tongue. So these are the five sounds, the five phonèmes. Ce sont les cinq phonèmes. On a déjà vu des exemples sur cela. We have seen the examples as well. Now, to make it more, we want to look at each of them. We want to listen to the recording, and we're going to take care of this exercise. We're looking at test 1, test 2, and test 3. So I'm going to play the recording now, and then we're going to come back and answer the question. So just listen to it very well as I play it right away.
Quelles sont vos difficultés? Test 1. 1.
Li, lime,
2.
Saying
C'est.
this.
sème,
C'est, sème, okay?
3.
pas,
Pa,
pam,
pam, okay?
4,
Rode,
Rod,
Rome.
Rome. Okay.
5,
Bru,
Brew,
brume.
broom. So we're listening to this pair of sounds and we've seen their pronunciation. The next thing we're going to do now, we're going to continue listening to the recording. However, we will look at, we're going to be having the exercise. So I want you to listen very well. You are going to tick the sound that you hear. Is it li or lim? Is it se or sem? Is it pa or pan? Is it rose or rome? Is it brew or brew? So let's listen to it now, and then we'll continue our interaction and explanation so far. So let's have it together. Let's have it now.
1,
Ces lits n'ont pas de prix.
Okay. Take one as the
2,
answer.
Qu'est-ce que tu sèmes?
Okay. I heard this.
3,
Il est toujours en panne.
I heard pan. I heard Sam.
4,
I heard Lee.
Rome est belle.
Rome. I heard Rome.
5,
C'est une brume fine.
I heard Broom. So
1,
li,
Lee. Repeat it.
lim,
Lim.
lin,
Lin.
ligne,
Ligne.
lin.
Lin.
2,
C'est,
Se.
sem,
Sem.
scène,
Sen.
saigne,
Saigne.
saint,
Saint.
3,
pas,
Pa.
pam,
Pam.
pan,
Pan.
pagne,
Pagne.
pan,
Pont.
4,
rode,
Rode.
rhum,
Rome.
Garonne,
Garonne.
Sologne,
Sologne.
rond,
Rhône.
5,
bru,
Bru.
rhume,
Brune.
rhume,
Bune.
bune,
Bune.
brun,
Brun. From what we just listened to, beyond identifying the phonemes here, when you come to this particular table that we have in front underneath here, you have the phoneme L. You have the phoneme L running all through in li, in lim, lin, ligne, lin. So you have that phoneme there. So we have oral vowels, oral vowels and M, oral vowels and N, oral vowels and N. However, there are times that that M and N will not be produced. Though they are there, they will give you nasal. That's what we just saw in the last column. So as you take a look at all these examples, I want you to repeat once again. We'll take it together now without the recording so that we'll look at it. So just an oral vowel, we have li. Now we have that L, oral vowel, and M, lim. We have oral vowel and N, we have lin. Then we now have oral vowel and nyo, which is the third nasal, we have lin. Now, mind you, there is an N in this last one, but because the N and the I are together, they are going to form a nasal sound, which is lan. So the N disappears at the level of the nasal. For the other ones, we could not pronounce it as nasal, but there's an E after it. So the E here denasalizes this. The same thing here, the E here denasalizes this one. So that's why we have it as oral plus M, oral plus N. But here it becomes nasal. Number two, we have se. Sem, sen, seigne, san. The same thing we have for the first one. Because of the E's here, there's no nasal in this sem and sen. But the nasal is this here in san. So the same thing is applicable to the rest of them. We have pa, pam, pan, vowel plus n plus m, pagne, that's nyon. Then we have pon, an, becoming nasal. So you can go back to the nasal vowels video. You see quite a lot of examples on that. So with this, we want to look at the second test now to ensure that we grasp as much as possible all that is required in this section. So we'll take the second test right now. Let's listen.
Test 2. 1.
Pi, pire.
Pi, pire.
2.
Colis, colire.
Colis, colire.
3.
Cou,
Cou,
court.
court.
4.
Bois,
Wa,
boire.
wa.
5.
Bas,
Pa,
barre.
pa.
6.
On a su,
On assure,
on assure.
on assure.
7.
Il a trouvé,
Il a trouvé,
il a retrouvé.
il a retrouvé.
8.
Il est pris,
Il est pris,
il est repris.
il est repris.
1.
C'est bien pire.
C'est bien pire.
2.
Vous avez reçu le colis?
Colis,
3.
Il donne des cours.
il donne des cours.
4.
C'est à voix.
C'est à voir.
5.
Il est au bar de l'échelle.
Il est au bas de l'échelle. Bas, visite.
6.
On a su tout ça.
On a su ça.
7.
On l'a trouvé.
On a trouvé.
8.
Il l'a repris.
Il a pris. So you find that these phonemes from the reading so far, very vital. We have seen the L, the M, the N. Those are the key ones. I've also seen the L and the R in this context. Now let's go to the third recording and let's see what we have there with us for the third. For the third, let's have the third now.
Un,
Longe. Ronge.
Okay. Longe,
deux,
range,
I.
lit,
Ri.
riz.
trois,
Il va le sortir.
Il va le
Il
sortir,
va ressortir.
il va ressortir.
quatre,
Balle.
Balle,
Barre.
bar. Okay.
un,
Il le longe.
Il le longe. These are answered there.
deux,
Ce riz est très cher.
Serait très cher.
trois,
Il faut ressortir.
Il faut ressortir.
quatre,
Je vais au bal.
Tu vais au bar. So from all these readings, you can see the sounds are deployed a lot in French, and we cannot shy away from that reality. With that said, we want to pick the M, N, and N and just discuss them very briefly. M, N, and N. So we have M, N, N. These are the three. We've seen them already, but let's touch them briefly. M. N, ñ. We have le corbeau qui croasse et flaire la charogne. Ñ. Fouette-les lourdement, M. Et de son naille, grave de liaison d'air. Cogne, le front du jaune, homme, éperdu. So as you look at all these phonemes put together, the very first thing you want to take note of is the fact that for M, like we said initially, they are all there's a vibration in the vocal cord. That's why it's a nasal sound. They are all that means it's sonore. Now this is a bilabial sound. M is a nasal sound as well, and the two is yes, it's a nasal sound as well. So these are the criteria of that sound. Then we have for N. N is also a sonore, right? Now, N is also a nasal sound. N is a dental sound. It's a dental sound. The point of the tip of the tongue is against the teeth. N, 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 N. Net. So it's a dental sound. For ñu, we have a sonore as well, vibration of local cord. We have it as nasal as well. And then it's a palatal sound that we have established so far in the course of our interaction. So these are examples. Now, how do you realize these phonemes in a word? What are the graphy? Letter M and M gives you that. But mind you, the M and N must not be preceded by any of the vowels. So if it's that, and if they're like that, it's going to be nasal. We saw that initially in the recordings. Then we have N, the same thing, giving you that N. It must not also be preceded by a vowel and then without another vowel after it. If not, it becomes nasal. Then ño is GN that gives you that particular ño. So these are the various graphy that you use to realize that. So let's take the first recording here. I've seen a lot of recordings in this section, but let's take this first recording and see how far we can go with this. So let's have 467. We want to have that recording now. And okay, 7, let's have it now.
Leçon 42. Sème, scène, saigne.
Sème, scène, saigne.
Exercice 1.
Okay.
1.
Ça ne me plaît pas, madame.
Ça ne me plaît pas. We have no, plaît, no, and M here.
Ça ne me dit pas, madame.
Ça ne me dit pas, madame. We have no,
3.
Ça ne me
and
va
mo.
pas, madame.
4.
Ça ne me gêne pas, madame.
Ça ne me gêne pas, madame. So what you have seen so far is basically M and N in that context. I'm going to play the next recording so we can see that ño more pronounced in the next one. So let's have that recording and listen to it.
Exercice 2. Exemple. Le texte ne fait que 6 lignes.
6 lignes et demie.
Ligne, ligne,
1. Le texte ne fait que 10 lignes.
10 lignes.
10 lignes et demie.
Okay.
2. Le texte ne fait que 5 lignes.
5 lignes. Again. GL.
5 lignes et demie.
3. Le texte ne fait que 8 lignes.
8 lignes.
8 lignes et demie.
So from this second recording, you can see clearly that the ño is formed by GN in French. So these are the basic things about these nasals. So the next sound we want to talk about now is the liquide. We have looked at the nasal for the sonante. Maintenant, on va parler des liquides. On commence avec R. Let's start with the R phoneme, which you can see on your screen already. We have pa, pare, paquet, prêt. So we have et la mère et l'amour sont la mère pour partage. Et la mère est amère et l'amour est amer. L'on s'abîme en l'amour aussi bien qu'en la mer. Ça, la mer et l'amour ne sont point sont orange. Now you see the R in display there. Now let's explain it before we take the recording. You are going to find out that for this R phoneme, as you can see on your screen right now, for this air, this vibrante, or we call it roulé, le point de la langue est immobile en bas. Look at it, en bas. Number two, les consonnes continuent. On entend l'air passer sur l'arrière relevé de la langue et un bref battement de la luette. There is a vibration of the luette there. We have vibration des cordes vocales, so it's a sonore sound as well. So that is for that particular sound. What gives us that phoneme? That phoneme is only the letter R and RH. For example, you have it in ri, ter, rium. So this is how this particular phoneme is realized. Having underlined that function, let's take the first two recordings in this section to see how this R, the R, the liquid is often used and projected in speech. So we will have the recording now, and I will come back as usual to give some few more explanations.
Leçon 43. Par, paraît,
Pareil,
parquet,
paquet,
prêt.
prêt. OK,
1,
Bonjour.
OK. Bonjour. This is it.
2,
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
3,
Plus tard.
Plus tard.
4,
Hier.
Hier.
5,
D'accord.
D'accord.
6,
Merci.
Merci.
7,
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
8,
En retard.
En retard. Now, if you observe so closely, what we call la chute du E caduc in French is also applied there, but the emphasis is on the R. You see in bonjour, bonsoir, plus tard, hier, accord, merci, au revoir, en retard. So the R is pronounced as a vibration at the vocal cord there, definitely, and at the lowest level. Let's have the next recording and let's see how far we do with it. So the next one, number two, let's take number two now.
Exercice 2. 1.
je les vois, je vais les voir, je vais les revoir.
2.
Je les cuis,
Le cuire,
je vais les cuire, je vais
cuire,
les recuire.
le cuire. OK?
3.
Je les fais,
Je les fais.
je vais les faire,
Je vais les faire.
je vais les refaire.
Je vais les refaire. Faire, faire.
4.
Je les vends,
Je les vends.
je vais les vendre,
Je vais les vendre.
je vais les revendre.
Je vais les revendre. Now, these have actually given us a foretaste, a summary. So to master the pronunciation, you will have to do more by practicing over time. Reading and practicing is very important to do that because that will go a long way definitely to help you. Now, as we wrap up this class on consonant sonants, we're leaving us with one more video, which is going to be the semi-vowel or semi-consonant sound. We'll want to emphasize the fact that in this context, the next phoneme is L, L, L. Now, what is this L phoneme all about? Let's go there and look at it together. L. We have L, we have R. Well, look at the R already. We want to just oppose this L and this R. together. So I'll read now. Just listen to this passage I want to read. Au tintement de le et les porphyres roux, les rosiers de l'Iran mêlent leurs frères murmures et les ramiers rêvent leur roucoulement doux. So you find that in this context that L and R are used. We discussed R. Let's discuss just the L. L. Remember, is occlusive. I mean, is sonore. Number one, because there is a vibration in the vocal cord. L. L. Number two, you also find that is the air continues, consonne continue at the same time. On entend les passer par les cordes de langue. L. So it's constrictive, not occlusive in the long run. Now, for this one, the tongue is just there. See air passing through both sides of the tongue. So that is how this particular sound works. And to get this sound, it's only the alphabet L that gives you that. L gives you that. No other alphabet gives you that. Whether it's in Lee or you say bell. So these are for that. Now, as we've always done for others, let's take the first two recording again and see how these two sounds are pronounced differently. And we'll now wrap up this section of our interaction. So we'll pick it up now. And we would have the recording. So let's listen together now.
Leçon 44. Lis, ris.
Yeah.
Exercice 1. 1.
Le lit, le riz.
2.
Le lit rouge,
Le lit
le riz
rouge,
rouge.
le riz rouge,
3.
Le riz rond,
le riz rond,
le riz long.
le riz lent. So ici, le lit, le riz. Le lit rouge, le riz rouge. Le riz rond, le riz long. So these are two diverse phonemes, but please master the pronunciation, and it's very important for you, especially if you are going to be writing international exams. You can't afford to not pronounce things properly. It might give you issues. So let's have the second recording. Number 2.
Exercice 2. 1.
Il rêve.
Il rêve,
2.
Il range.
il range,
3.
Il râle.
il râle,
4.
Il rame.
il rame. Thus far, we have looked at all phonemes, that is, vowels and consonants in French. And this video we have extensively discussed what we call les consonnes sonantes. Now, for each of them, once again, there are 5 consonnes sonantes, 3 are nasals, 2 are liquid, 1 is vibrant, 1 is lateral. Out of those 2 liquid. So we have M, we have N, we have N. We've also seen L and R. Whereas you have M, N, once it is preceded by a vowel, another vowel comes after it, it becomes nasal. So we have things like san, van, fan, because there's no extra E to denasalize that combination. So you will do well to go over them over again, get as many examples as you can from your textbook, from your notebook as a student, and practice more often. C'est la répétition qui est le plus important actuellement. En français, on dit que petit à petit, oiseau fait sonner. That is, little by little, the bird makes its nest. That is, practice make perfect. Or you can say la pratique est la mère de l'habitude. Practice is the mother of habit. So do well, go over them again, read as much as possible. You have a question on this interaction on all our videos so far, drop your comment, your questions in the comment section, We are going to do well as a team to get back to you. Mais pour le moment, je vous souhaite bonne journée, bonsoir, bonne nuit, n'importe quel temps où tu te trouves actuellement, n'importe quelle zone du monde, quel pays. Je vous félicite. C'est très, 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 très généreux pour vous de rester juste à ce moment et suivre ce cours. J'espère qu'à la fin de toutes ces études que vous avez déjà suivies, vous aurez la capacité généralement de s'exprimer de façon très bien, de façon, comment dirais-je, comme les anglophones, même les francophones, ça dépend, les francophones, essayer de prononcer les mots de façon claire, de façon très importante pour vous à la fin. Et je vous félicite. On va se voir dans le dernier vidéo, ça sera pour les consonnes au niveau de semi-consonne, semi-voyelle. On va voir comment ça se passe. Et ça sera la fin, finalement, de notre cours sur la phonétique. Mais pour le moment, je vous dis bonjour, bonsoir, bonne nuit. On va se voir après. Shalom.